we're kicking a few ideas around. We're having meetings. We're doing all those sorts of things. And we shall see. There's nothing to report yet, but when there is, we'll go on, Heart.
Now, what a treat. Let me just soak this site up. The legendary, the brilliantly talented and extremely likeable Matt Lucas is back with his friend, David Walliams.
Friend's a big word.
Well, your friends...
Acquaintance.
Well...
Acquaintances.
What word would you say?
Colleague.
Colleague. Straight in. No messing around. How are you both?
I'm good. Wonderful. It's very nice to see you.
You've got a sniffle.
A slight sniffle, but it's giving me quite a gravelly voice, so I quite like it.
We've got a toilet roll here if you want it.
There you go. It's always classy here. Well,
and we have tissues if you want to blow your nose.
Yes, we're good. We're very happy. We have a brand new podcast.
I know, I've heard it.
Because we thought there just weren't enough podcasts in the world.
Absolutely.
But you've done something totally different.
Oh, yeah.
You get Rob Brydon on.
Yes.
Because he normally interviews people, so you flipped it. It's brilliant.
Well, the idea of the show... Matt, you explain what the idea of the show is.
Are you done already? You're bored already with explaining what it is?
Otherwise I'm dominating and then Matt should have a chance to speak. Because I know I'm a big personality.
The show is called Making a Scene.
Okay, that's enough, Matt.
So horrible. You're such a bully.
Come on.
It's called Making a Scene, and it's hosted by Matt Lucas and David Williams.
Yeah, I love Matt Lucas.
Every Tuesday, we drop a podcast. You say drop?
Yeah.
We drop it.
You drop it.
We drop it. And we talk to somebody about what a movie of their life would be like. So who would play them, and which scenes from their life would be in the movie, what genre would the movie be, what would the music be, would it be a hit or a flop? We do that every Tuesday, and then every Thursday we have another bonus podcast, which is just the two of us, and that's called You Can't Ask Me That. And we encourage listeners to send in difficult questions, the sort of questions we might not want to answer. And
You're speaking like this is a children's show.
Yes.
And then we do another one. Do you have any children listening?
No.
Not anymore.
Do you have any people under the age of 50 listening?
Under the age of 50?
50, yeah. Really?
Yeah, we got some late 40s in there.
We found a 47-year-old, didn't we, last year sometime?
I've got a slight issue with the bonus podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's not long enough.
Well,
it flew by.
We had to cut some stuff out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And also, well, that's interesting because I also thought as well, these questions are not that outrageously shocking. They're interesting.
They get shocking, some of them.
Is that why it's a shortened bonus podcast?
Well, also, the main podcast is Making a Scene every Tuesday. So this is just a little bonus to...
For some reason, we were told we had to do a bonus podcast. To be honest, I didn't understand why, but we're told, oh, no, you've got to, because it keeps the interest. But actually, I really enjoy doing the other one too.
Well, yeah, that's the main
Would you be a guest on our podcast?
Well,
you've clearly... tell the story of your life?
You've clearly recorded all of season 1 already, I would imagine.
We haven't.
It's ongoing.
We've got David Schwimmer later today.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
Yeah, we're going to record with him. But the podcast that has dropped today is actually Richard E.
Grant.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm all over it.
The actor. Richard E. Grant, who was wonderful, who's actually had quite a difficult life. So sometimes it's very much just comical and sometimes it's funny, but there's a chance for some serious bits too. Alan Carr is next week, isn't it?
Alan Carr's next week. We've got Jack Whitehall coming on.
Nice.
Stars,
Lovely,
all the people that we know.
That's right. Would you want me on it?
Of course we would, because you have a very interesting story. The rise, the fall, and then the very slight rise again.
Of me or you?
No, of both of us.
No, he hasn't had the rise again.
I haven't had the rise, I just had the fall.
You can get tablets. They'll help you.
Thank you. No, I think you have an interesting story, don't you?
Yeah, but then that's a lot of work for the guest. Now I've got to come up with... But also as well, when you go, who would play you in a movie?
Well, who would play you?
Well, I want to say George Clooney or Brad Pitt. But realistically, it would probably, I don't know.
I think John Rhys Davis.
Pogo Patterson from Grange Hill.
You look good. You do look like a sort of sexy Father Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
You've got a sense of George Peppard about you from the A-Team.
See, now I've not heard that one.
Yeah.
And I also love how you call him George Peppard.
George played Captain Birdseye. Because I think whoever was that actor would be wonderful.
Do you think I could do a duet with Dolly Parton with this piece?
Oh, there's a Kenny Rogers vibe, yeah.
He's had a lot of work done. Is Kenny Rogers still alive?
No.
Oh, is he not?
So
No.
So he's dead, is he?
Break it to us gently, Matt.
That's what happens when you're not alive, yeah.
He had a very nice chain of restaurants called Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Chicken restaurants.
And when I went to the Philippines, there was just loads of Kenny Rogers Roasters everywhere.
Yeah. Did you try them?
No, I didn't dare. Too
Why?
expensive. I don't know why.
Too expensive?
We didn't stop at the Kenny Rogers Roasters a long time ago. I think, Kenny Rogers, if he was alive. Who else?
What, David Bellamy?
If
he was huge star, wasn't he?
Richard Attenborough was still alive.
Yes, Richard Attenborough.
When he's in Jurassic Park.
I'm going to shave it off now, I think.
No, you look good.
Literally
You look
right
good.
now, it's going to go. It's only temporary.
You are shaving it soon, a couple of weeks, aren't you?
Yeah.
In two minds about
Do you
it,
have
aren't you?
children?
No.
Why were you asking?
I was just interested because I don't know much about your personal life.
Well, you're an enigma.
Yeah, like Cliff Richard.
Oh, am I really an enigma? I don't think so. I'm moving on.
No, we'd love to. I just don't know about your sort of. Well, not that I'm asking now.
It's because we're not close, David. If we were close, you would know that I don't have kids,
Would you like to have children?
It's too late now, and I'm way too selfish, so it's fine.
It's not too late. You've still got lead in your pencil.
Yeah, but no, I don't really like Charlie Chaplin,
Oh, how old was Charlie? He was
98 or something.
Yeah, he
that,
did have. I think he had children in his 70s.
Yeah,
There's
something
a joke.
crazy.
He could have children, but he just couldn't lift them up. But Charlie. Let's try and focus on the younger listeners who might not know a comedian who was very big in the 1920s. When we were kids, remember?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, when the comedy wonderful, the Charlie Chaplin.
How old are you? Your son, 11, 12?
Sorry?
Your son?
My son is 11 years old.
11 years old.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He's lovely. He's a huge fan of yours. Always talks about you. He says, Daddy, are you seeing Father Christmas again today? He said, I said he'll probably ask me to sit on his knee, but he's not got any presents, not today.
You see what I have to put up with?
But you don't. Here's the thing. You've got an amazing career. You don't need to feel sorry for him anymore, Matt. You broke the chain. You were free.
I was a free man, and I've gone right back to it.
You Gladiator
Stop-
2, you're in
Yeah.
the Denzel Washington, you're in these huge movies.
Tentpole. What do they call it? Tentpole movies? Flagpole? There's some...
Blooming huge,
quadrant
successful.
movies. Yeah.
And this one,
I know.
look at him,
I
look.
know. But
If it
he's
wasn't
about-
for the books, he'd have nothing left.
They're about to make a film of one of David's books, aren't they?
Yeah.
It won't happen.
It starts on. I fly out on Saturday to Australia. Actually,
But you don't, do you?
What?
You don't.
You think
It's
I'm
not
lying?
real. Yeah. I think you're making it up
No,
so
I'm
that
not
Matt
making-
would do the podcast with you.
That's not true.
He's got big stars in the film. It's an adaptation of Thing, one of David's 1,400 books.
Yeah. One that I just wrote this morning on the way here.
Is it? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know how you can do this podcast every week because you write a book every month, don't you?
Well, the podcast doesn't take all that much time, really, does it?
No.
Well, I mean, with sort of fits and starts, we interview a few people in a day.
And we have a very lovely and industrious production team who help us put it all together. We're very lucky like that.
But what do you do for the rest of the day when you finish here?
You go back to the home, don't you?
I help out at a soup kitchen and in a children's hospital.
What do
I do
you
that.
do? What do you do?
And then I loan money to people who want to start their own businesses. and then I sweep the streets.
You're a good guy. You're one of the good guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
What do you do? Do you go? How do you unwind after a show? You know, I used to sit in sometimes.
Unwind?
Well, yeah.
What do you do? Just sitting there, saying some slightly rude things.
But I used to sit in for Zoe Ball
Yeah.
sometimes on Radio 2, and after the show, I'd always have to go for a brisk walk for an hour to sort of get rid of all
That
the
doesn't sound like you.
No, I know. I know. It was.
Oh,
I
are you
know.
doing any brisk walks?
I occasionally brisk walk. Yeah, I brisk walked
But what do you do?
yesterday.
What do you do the rest of the day?
Well, let me take a break and then we'll come back. I've got to do the adverts.
Okay.
We're not at Radio 1 anymore, love.
No. They were the glory days.
Been 9 years here. This is your first appearance. And last, the wonderful, lovely, talented Mr. Matt Lucas. David Walliams is here as well. And their new podcast, which is out now, the second episode dropped today, featuring Mr. Richard E. Grant. I had to put my glasses on now because I can't read anymore because I'm old. And it is called Making a Scene. Rob Brydon, the lovely Rob Brydon, is the first guest.
Yeah.
And what's lovely is Rob's face just staring at you two. He's so happy that you two are back together.
He is. He does look it, actually.
It was lovely to have him on. He's so funny. Rob Brydon is so
And lovely,
funny.
isn't he? He's lovely.
He's funny and lovely. We have Richard E. Grant today, Alan Carr next week, Jack Whitehall the week after. They're just funny people. But sometimes the podcast gets sort of, I mean, with Richard E. Grant, it's a mixture, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
Some bits of it are funny and some bits of it are really dark and interesting.
He had a difficult life.
He has, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is, now, you two, obviously, writing together.
Yeah.
You haven't written together for a long time.
Well, we have, actually.
We've been sort
I
of
wrote
kicking-
Matt's book for him.
No, you didn't.
Well done, because it's really good.
Much better than my one.
You don't have the time. You've been writing a book a month for the past few years.
Oh, I'm industrious.
I'm sorry to hear that. Are you writing stuff together?
Yeah, so we've got 2 or 3 ideas in development at different stages, and
Sorry, there's someone at my front door.
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do apologise.
Do you need to get it? Go and get it. It's fine.
That's there's
Do
people
you
at
want
the
me to
house.
speak to them?
That's all right. Absolutely 100% not, no. I also don't want you
What?
to know where I live or anything else about me. But I wish you all the best.
Is it an Amazon delivery? What do you think it is? Do
I
you
don't know.
remember?
There's people there. That's fine. Don't worry.
You have staff?
Yeah.
Live-in staff?
No, there's people there. That's all. We don't need to get into it. Anyway,
What's your question?
about... You've not done an interview for years. 15. Don't get all like,
You would
what
ask you a
now?
question, and then you have to answer the door, and then you
I
sort of
don't
just
answer
stare
the
at
door.
me.
Someone will answer the door.
We've only got a couple of minutes left.
Can you please ask us a question?
When are we going to see you two doing characters on the television
Well,
again?
we're kicking a few ideas around. We're having meetings. We're doing all those sorts of things. And we shall see. There's nothing to report yet, but when there is, we'll go on, Heart.
Get tickets for Oasis. Come and see us.
Well,
Are you going?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I was going to rob your house that day instead.
You can't because I have people there
You
all
have
the time.
people there. No, I probably won't go, but it's nice that they're back together again.
I went back in the day. I saw them in a nightclub in the sort of, I don't know, about 95 or something like that, when they were just starting out. I saw Noel the other day. He said, come to Cardiff, because it's the first show, and Liam will still have his voice.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. So I've got to go to Cardiff.
That'd be great. You're going the first night?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll go
perfect.
the first night.
Pretty much guaranteed the first night will have everybody.
It would be amazing.
Second night, who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, people like yourself probably get invited.
No, I meant as in will Liam turn up for the second show?
I think he's different now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
He
at
said
you two
such,
back
I wish I could
together.
tell you what Liam Gallagher said to me. It's so rude. Every time I met him, he said something really weird and rude that cannot be repeated on air.
Oh, that's a shame.
But I wish I could tell you.
You write it down.
Can I tell you? Can I write it down and you can tell me if I can say it on air?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I can't get past the spray Dettol.
Right, while he's doing that, I'll just remind you, Making a Scene, our podcast, is available to watch and listen to now.
That's right. There's a YouTube channel.
There is.
And there's also the actual podcast.
Yep.
And the second episode was dropped, as David said.
Can you say that?
No.
That's what he said.
But you have such lovely handwriting. That could be the name of a book.
Yeah.
Well, on
What
camera.
about on the? Can we show it on?
No
the
one can
screen?
see it. No, you can't see that.
He called me that, Mr. Bleep Bleep.
I like that.
It's quite poetic,
Oh, I
isn't
hope
it?
that's your name on the guest list in Cardiff. What name is it? It's I'll write it down for you.
Richard.
Well, lovely to see you.
Thanks for having us on.
Listen, I always love talking to you, and David, it's been reminiscent seeing
What
you
is your
again.
problem with me?
What?
What is your problem with me?
You're just weird.
Lovely, though.
You're just weird.
It's a lot.
Yeah, like nice. Like Matt goes quiet around you, and I'm like, that's because Matt just goes, I'll just let it get it out of his system. I'll write the rest of the series, and then off we go.
It's adorable.
We are very happy to be here again.
Your first interview together for 15 years?
Yeah.
you were saying
Well, no,
off
we
there.
did Amanda and
Yeah, well,
Jamie,
don't
but,
worry about
Oh, yeah. Apart from that.
But
That doesn't count.
Now you're on the call station.
Yes, we
That's
are.
good. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for
welcome.
having us and being so charming.
You're more than welcome, and you're welcome back anytime, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Lucas and David Walliams and their podcast, which is out now.
Radio X.